What's up, guys? This is Mark, your president of Studio 346. We know that there's a ton of excitement about the game and the project and everything right now as the trailer came out and you guys have seen the whistle video and everything. So we wanted to give you guys a little bit of feedback and a little bit of engagement and all that fun stuff. And I'm going to go through and answer all the questions that you guys have asked on Patreon or on the whistle video. At least to the best of my ability. There's some that I may not be able to answer yet, and some we may not have the answers for yet, but I'm going to go through and answer your guys' questions. And I know that we said just one dev update a month, but we would rather under-promise and over-deliver than the other way around. So, let's get to it. The Games We Play VM4265 asks, are the diesel horns simulated the same way as the whistles? As someone who worked on a short line for a few months, the air horns on the old diesels, like the Locos in the trailer, have almost as much character as a steam whistle. Yes, they are. We only have a couple that are in for testing, and I'm still tweaking them, but we do have horns in Hyacinth. And it worked too well. Like, we started putting it together, and it's just like, why does this work? It shouldn't be this easy, so it's a pretty cool piece of kit. Glad you guys are excited. Agsotro asks, speaking about live simulation of sound, have we talked to Ange the Great? His knowledge of work on engine sound sim might come in handy. He actually branched off to simulate a steam engine not too long ago. And so far the tech you put together sounds gorgeous. Thank you. We've not talked with Angie the Great. We do have cool stuff in the way for chuffs and all that sort of stuff. It's gonna sound awesome. I've seen what Angie the Great does. Like, that sim is insane, but I don't know if that level of sim makes the most sense for a multiplayer train game like Century of Steam is going to be. So, don't worry, you won't be disappointed. Trans Canada Limited says, this is unreal. I've always wondered if it was possible to simulate whistles in real time. Do you plan to do the same for the horns? Yes, as we answered. Chevalier 87. Please tell me there will actually be regulated chuffs in time with the stack and the wheel movement. Yes, of course. Logan Jones. The graphical fidelity is unreal. Well, yes, it is. I thought at the start that what I was seeing couldn't possibly be in-game footage, but boy, I was wrong. Not a question, but this seems to come up. People are like, oh, it was just cinematics and renders for the trailer, but the trailer and the whistle video were literally just me recording my screen in OBS. That's it. That's what the game looks like. That was not pre-rendered. That was just trains doing the thing. And yeah, we're flying a camera around to make it look pretty, but it's like, there's no rendering. That's the game at runtime. That's what it looks like. Max roll. Absolutely love it. This may not be possible, but will we be able to produce our own whistle sounds in the game? I have a 1902 Buckeye Brass 3-chime and love to put it in the game. Maybe an in-game whistle maker tool? That is like the stretch goal of stretch goals for me. I would love to do that. But that's a lot to figure out on like UI and making that user inputable, and then like how do you make sure that that actually then gets communicated via multiple. There's a lot of little nuances there. Small Shay, can we add our own whistles? And like we just said, hopefully, we'll see. You won't be disappointed with the amount of choices though. From everything from low-pitched, big, throaty to high-pitched, streaky. You've got everything. And yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of choices already. Tabichi Raku asks, as a dirty single-chime enjoyer, my question is if there will be any European locos/maps in the game. Also curious about modding. Will there be any official support? European stuff, no. We are planning on North America. That's what our focus is going to be. It seems like in the train sim space that there's a lot of European stuff and a lot of European devs, so we kind of take pride in the fact that we're an American team making an American game, and that's what we really want to see. So that's where we're focused on there. As far as modding, that is pretty far down the list of things to be determined. Like, hopefully, we would love to, but we're not even at the start of the conversation of figuring out how to implement that. We're trying to set things up so that it would be easily possible, but you just never know until you get there and give it a shot. So, time will tell. Sean D asks, PRR 3-chime asking for a friend. There's 2 versions of the Pen Z3 in the game already. Connor Sullivan, Lima 5-chime, one of your personal favorites. Yep, we got one. Aaron, Longbell Hancock 3-chime. Whistle of Frisco 1522, and many others. There's 2 different flavors of Hancock Long Bell as well. Rex Anger, I look forward to seeing how Hyacinth handles the explosive sounds of a Loco in full forward gear starting a heavy load. Or 2 and a rear end helper, especially out of a canyon or cityscape with a lot of reflective surfaces. Keep up the good work, folks. I can't wait for you guys to be able to hear that. You guys haven't really gotten to hear the train sounds separately other than in the trailer. And soon enough, probably next dev video, you're going to get some of that action. And yeah, I'm a little proud of it. They sound awesome. Carl Matthew Prager IV. Hard to tell from the trailer, but will there be more than one type of tree on the map at once? Yes, there are many trees. Wings and Strings is in charge of all the level design and level scenicking and all that stuff, and they are ridiculous at putting this stuff together. The levels are beautiful. Jason Wheeler. And when do you all believe we will have first access to the game? It'll be a while. We're asking for your love and support here on Patreon because we do need it and we have a long ways to go. We know for sure not this year. We've publicly said that. As far as an estimate beyond that, we're keeping that internal at this time because there are all sorts of fun problems still to solve in software, and it always continues to be very surprising the random rabbit holes you have to go down. So right now an estimate's really not a concrete thing. So not this year, I can tell you that much. Alex Markopoulos. Can't wait, looks way more promising than Railroads Online has been. There are about 10 of us volunteers at the Western Railway Museum who routinely have multiplayer sessions on Railroads Online. Is this game going to be multiplayer? Yes. Boone S. Big ask/idea, but I've been wishing for a game that could do custom locomotive wheel arrangements natively. I want to make some crazy exotic narrow gauge locos like the South African class GF Garrett. That's a cool idea. That's really out of scope for us. That would be that's like a different game. Like a locomotive builder would be its own thing. So we can confirm that that is not happening at this time. Two Bears. Hopefully it will have geared locomotives like a medium-sized Shay and you can build your own track. Geared engines, of course, even if it pains me. And yes, you'll be able to build your own track. Dish Doggy Wow Wow in the video at about 10-12 or so, watch the snow-covered mountains in the background as the next video clip shows the cut. It is in the same spot. Please tell me we can terrain edit on your map. Yes, runtime terrain editing is going to be a thing. Cuts and tunnels are going to be a thing. That's what the railroad got to do, so that's what you're going to do when you get to build your railroad. All right, guys, we love and appreciate your support so much. Thank you for hanging out on Patreon and supporting us. And just because talking heads aren't the most fun thing to watch all the time, how about a little bit of deleted scenes from the trailer? There's a couple things we had to cut for time and syncing up with the music that we couldn't get in. And we wanted to make sure you guys could see it. How about it?